What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video I have a solo flawless clear of the Birthplace of the Vile GM. So once again we have the Brawn modifier. Your health is massively increased but does not regenerate. Defeating challenging combatants will recover health for you and nearby allies. And unfortunately we don't have Stasis Surge. We've got Arc and Void, and then we've got Void Threat, Overloads, and Unstoppables. And I'm using an old favorite build of mine, which is Syntho Titan with Winterbite. So we've got Blade Fury. So again, there's no Strand Surge. Keep all that in mind. Just before the thing launched, I switched to Shackle. That's so I can suspend the Unstoppables. But yeah, Banner of War, you probably know what it does, but basically you get health back. So defeat a target with a melee attack finisher or sword to raise a Banner of War. I believe glaives also count for that. That pulses with energy, periodically healing you and nearby allies. So it makes the Brawn modifier basically null and void, because we're just going to be getting our health back from Banner of War. Then Into the Fray, destroying a Tangle or casting your super grants Woven Mail for nearby allies. So yeah, Woven Mail makes us even more unkillable, stacking with Brawn. Then we have Thread of Fury for more melee energy when we break the Tangle. Picking up an orb grants Woven Mail, and I have an Attrition Orbs GL. Dealing damage generates grenade energy, which is nice. And then while you have melee Woven Mail, weapon final blows create a Tangle. So then we've got the air trigger chill clip Tenacious Mastery, which can freeze and slow, so it deals with overloads and unstoppables. So that's kind of what I use for unstoppables. Attrition Orbs on VS Velocity Baton, and then Winterbite for the double glaive damage, and then that stacks with the Syntho's glaive increase. Hands on, even though it doesn't work on my glaive melees. Font of Wisdom. I didn't really pick any mods, to be honest, other than Void Loader for my VS Velocity Baton. This was just a stock loadout that I was running while on stream. I'm actually recording this on stream. Like you can see, I have Arc Scavenger. That's doing nothing for me. So you could run a Scavenger or whatever you want. Recuperation is really nice though for health back on orb pickup, especially because of Brawn. And then Font of Restoration with time dilations. So let's get into the run. I will turn up the volume now, but I may be talking in the background sometimes because, like I said, I was on stream. So we suspend that guy. We keep the enemies up so that we can have biotic enhancements to... sorry, I'll turn that down a little bit. Yeah, I'm just complaining about how slowly the snowballs pick up. It should be like Diamond Lances where they're more of an instant pickup. It's really frustrating. You hold interact and they just don't want to pick up. But yeah, you can see we have Banner of War going. Here's some TPing ads, but I was ready for them. We get the stun because as long as you have ammo in your Winterbite, it applies slow, so it can also slow and freeze unstoppables. Then we have biotic enhancements going. We had the weaken from concussive reload on our VS Velocity Baton. Again, that's also giving us Woven Mail when we pick up orbs. So yeah, just really, really good. You can see we almost have our super. So very fast opening section. We're going to lay down our Weaken GL and then go in with biotic enhancements. That's why you want the Suspend Nade, just for those quick... sorry, I keep distracting myself when I talk. For the quick... stuns on the unstops. So I was saying I didn't debuff the boss with my concussive reload, and even still I was able to take the boss out without any Strand Surge, and that's because your super does massive damage thanks to biotic enhancements on Synthos, giving you 1.5 times damage, and then yeah, plus it's just a strong super in the first place. So here we're just going to cap the plate. Unfortunately, I lose Banner of War just as it starts. So I could have been getting health pulses here. So what I want to do is get a melee kill on one of these guys. We do that, we get Woven Mail, and now we should be pretty much unkillable. So yeah, we have Woven Mail. We're just taking all the enemies out. So I kind of forgot about that one fragment where when I have Woven Mail, weapon kills will make a Tangle. So sometimes I'm trying to get a melee kill to give myself a Tangle. But it wasn't working because of the Tangle cooldown. So like right there, I was expecting to get a Tangle. And then there I got one on the weapon kill. So I probably shouldn't have been running that fragment, but like I said, this was just a basic build setup that I had. I didn't like tailor it for the specific GM, because I usually like to make my builds kind of just in silence and think about everything. But I was on stream, so I was just running what I had on. So this is a really nice use of Winter Bite because these enemies are quite threatening. And there we just freeze them. And then when enemies are frozen, they take 120% more melee damage, I believe it is. Here, again, we get the Suspend and the Weaken, and we just go in with Winter Bite, able to kill in one stun, which is excellent. Then we leave enough enemies up so that we can keep Biotic for the Overload, and then we're just going to kill all the enemies. So between Brawn, Woven Mail, and Banner of War giving your health back, you never really have to worry about dying so long as you have Banner of War up. There are a couple times where I get a little sketched out because I thought I had Banner of War up and I didn't. But yeah, if you have the whole kit going, you're damn near unkillable. Obviously, without Brawn, it wouldn't be this easy in a GM, but I would just have to play a little slower and a little more carefully. That's the only difference, really. You could absolutely make this work without Brawn. So yeah, those frickin' Raiders going immune, super annoying. But yeah, I do think this was a good use of Super, because it takes out a bunch of the ads, and the ads are kind of the most threatening part here. But the Chieftains are also very annoying, because look at how many totems we have up. So I don't do this room well just because the totems. I didn't know there was 2 up. None of my weapons are reloaded. Like, yeah, just I keep talking here. And then there, again, he should have been finishable as well, which was really annoying. So I get my Tangle down there so that it can give me Woven Mail. Unfortunately, they put up another totem just as I was going to start going in on them all. So that was really bad timing. And this is the big thing, was I didn't have Banner of War going. And then I was trying to melee that Chieftain, and it just was just out of range. So yeah, just very frustrating. So here, I actually just back up and start playing safer. Because again, I do have Banner of War, but I only have 1 stack. So it's not going to give me near as much regen, unfortunately. So all the enemies are taken care of. The reason I meleeed there was to sever him. So that's another thing. You can use your melee to sever, and then they deal even less damage to you. So just another form of damage resistance with this build. So it's really, really strong. So here we're just going to fast forward. I messed this part up horribly as well. I'm not even really sure what I was doing. I could have just went to the other side. So yeah, not sure what I was going for here. Oh yeah, and I didn't get that melee kill on that guy. That's what it was. I was trying to get my Banner of War stacks going. I guess I do have 1 stack. Oh yeah, it's because when Screebs blow up, they don't always count as kills if the explosions actually get the kill. So here, again, just really low. So what I should do is run over and just start meleeing that Overload and leave the enemies up so that I can get biotic enhancements. But that's also risky because the Screebs blowing up on you can definitely still kill you, even with all these forms of damage resistance. But I did want to leave a couple Screebs up in the hopes that I could have gotten... So yeah, unfortunately, this was just a mess. This was simply a mess. I should have just taken everything out. I was trying to get too fancy with it. I should have just taken everything out and then just beat it down without the biotic enhancements buff. Because like I said, the glaive still applies slow, so you can still get, you can still keep the Overload stunned. And if there's no other enemies around, the Overload's really not that threatening. So here is where the super goes absolutely ham, because it does have intrinsic stunning capability on Unstoppables. So we can pop, go in. We even staggered the stun so that we can take them both out with our super. Unfortunately, he shot my yeah, God, they're so annoying, dude. And then I did leave 1 up, but it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna cap this plate. Just lay down some Velocity Baton. Just kind of keeping them at bay until the boss spawns. So there's the boss. Unfortunately, I don't know if I have biotic enhancements, but maybe I must have, because yeah, I melted them pretty quickly. And Banner of War also buffs your glaive damage. I think it's only like 5 or 10%, but it's still something. So yeah, Banner of War is just like perfect for a glaive build. So really easy to cap the plate. I even use a little bit of Winter Bite because I knew I had heavy ammo all over the ground. So we just used it to freeze. These little bastards with their shields, also annoying for melee-based builds. So yeah, we had lots of ammo there, so that was really nice. We rip over to the other side. We waste a shot on him just because, why not? Here I should have shot a Winter Bite is what I should have done because I'm trying to keep my Banner of War going. And I just am able to because as you get kills, it extends it. But yeah, I could have just pre-shot a Winter Bite as well. So again, I'm trying to let those enemies get up on me so I can proc biotic enhancements and then go in on that guy. So that allows us to cap the plate very, very easily. And if you didn't know, the reason I do the uppercut to start, when enemies are suspended, they take more damage from your super melee. So you always want to do one uppercut so they're taking extra damage. And then you go in with like 3 melees and then you do another uppercut to keep them suspended again, and then 3 more melees is kind of the most optimal way to use it. So there, I run over for some ammo. Again, we have the shackle grenade, which is going to be perfect for right here. We shackle them and just beat them down. We did our pre-weaken as well with concussive reload. Just bash everything. Super, super easy. Yeah, it should show, yeah, Banner of War. Only ×1, so even killing that many enemies, you only get Banner of War ×1 because they did nerf it from how it was back in the day. So here we're just going to pre-shoot a Winter Bite again just to easily handle these guys. You can see how easy it makes that. And then here we're going to go for the Raiders first. Of course, they try to go immune. And then here we do a nice little bunny hop just to jump over his ice. And we're already on to the Overload Captain. So we do our Overload, sever him, shoot the Overload GL one more time. We're waiting out his shot because we can just block it. Don't have to do that thanks to Brawn being on, but it's good practice for like normal GMs because that's basically their only attack. So you can just be going in on them and then right before they're about to do their little shot, just block with your glaive. So here we've got biotic enhancements, which is really nice. We take the first one out. We apply the weaken again. Again, we're making orbs with attrition orbs, which is giving us woven mail. And yeah, we're just beating the hell out of everything. Very, very quick and easy. Here, I bring this tangle so that I can proc, what's it called? Woven mail for myself, because that's thanks to Into the Fray. So we throw that down, and then when we're close to it, see there, we got 10 seconds of woven mail. So that's just going to give us a ton of DR. I thought I had killed that with my glaive melee, but I guess I didn't. So our goal here is to get one guy down and then pop super. So we get the first one down. The unstop's pushing in on me. So now we're going to pop super. So again, I wasn't able to get weaken from concussive reload, but that's okay. And then we stun the next. You can see he's taking a shit ton of damage. Here, that was a problem. I didn't have my attrition orbs GL loaded. So I wanted to shoot it there and then run to safety. But yeah, anyways, then I just ran to safety afterwards. Recover some health thanks to Banner of War. And then try to leave up some ads. I got pretty lucky because 2 ads got left up. So then I'm able to take out that boss much, much quicker. Because if I didn't have biotic enhancements, I would have just been beating on him longer. So just a bit of a time save. But yeah, that was really good bridge section and just shows how powerful and aggro this build can be. So then here we're going to throw down our weaken for the overload. He took a minute to spawn. I would have had time to reload my GL there in all honesty. But yeah, overload is priority 1. Once he's down, now we have biotic enhancements. We're just trying to get as many hits in on the boss as we can. I made a how to use a glaive video, but I'm actually holding block, and that is what's allowing me to do just the double hits instead of the usual triple hit that you do. So yeah, that's just better DPS. It's applying our slow quicker from Winter Bite. And then we're trying to leave ads up actually, just so that we can keep biotic enhancements procced. But obviously they kind of rush us. So basically you just want to keep doing damage as much as you can. But here I'm going to use them to my advantage. And just like that, we're done with that boss phase. So here I wised up because I do have lots of winter bite ammo, and look at how well it works for taking out all the screebs in that hallway. Just super good ad clear. So yeah, really good. The problem was I didn't get a melee kill before that, so I didn't get Banner of War going. So that was just a missed optimization, because then I could have had like full Banner of War here, but it's okay. So here I go in with the melee to get Banner of War. We throw that down for the woven mail, and now we're just going to be killing everything. So now we go back to the overload. I don't know why there was 2 totems up. You don't see that very often. So this is risky, but again, I was trying to leave some of those screebs up for biotic enhancements because it just lets me take them out quicker. And then I was leaving my super for this next part because it's the unstoppable and the orange bar abomination. Or maybe he's just a red bar, but either way, he's tanky. So then, yeah, we have biotic enhancements. We're able to basically clear out the whole room right away with the super, take out the boss's totem. And just like that, everything's dealt with. I'm going to try to bait the boss toward the enemies. And I think I get in a little bit of trouble here. Because, yeah, I wanted to leave the enemies up for biotic enhancements. But you also have to remember that many enemies shooting at you can still mess you up. So that was a little risky. But we just backed into cover and then used our glaive to block. And then while we were doing that, we're getting Banner of War pulses, and we had Banner ×4, so that was really good to allow us to regen our health really quickly. Here we have Drain Banes, so we're just dealing with them straight away. You do never leave a Drain Bane up, so that's why I took them out right away. We make a Tangle. We've got some enemies up, so this is good. I can leave these enemies up because they're not super threatening. So we're leaving them up for biotic enhancements. And we had the debuff from Concussive Reload. We're killing a couple just to keep our Banner of War going. So yeah, there's just a balance there between like getting enough kills to keep Banner going, leaving enough enemies up to try to get biotic enhancements, which just makes your damage phases quicker, and then you're on to the next phase. So yeah, like this was my first run with this build. Definitely could optimize it a little bit for like a 15-minute clear, but even still, like this is a perfectly fine run. Nothing wrong with this. So here we're just taking out the enemies. We got Woven Mail going. We're full on ammo, so I'm just going to shoot that. And really, you don't even need, like, you should be using Winterbite as ad clear, because for the single target damage, I'm just using the glaive. So we're going to go up. He put his totem up, unfortunately. But he does walk into my thing, so I sever him. And then we're just putting in some damage. I was holding shoot as I pulled out my GL. So sometimes it does just like a quick little fire. It's kind of weird. But you can see I have basically full ammo on everything going into this. So really good double special build. So here, where there's the most smoke is where the Overload Chieftain is going to spawn. So that's where we want to pre-fire our GL. And I don't know why there was so many freaking raiders. They all kind of ran away, I guess. So that was a little bit unfortunate because, yeah, I only have 1 stack of Banner of War, so I had to be a little careful here. But, yeah, I get the weaken, and then I go in with my super, and we have biotic enhancements for the whole super. So, yeah, look at that. We did over half of his final health bar, so that's really good damage. And then the rocket sidearm is great for easily taking out those totems, which is nice. Didn't have biotic, even though I did have 3 enemies up, but they were just a little too spread out. So now we have more enemies. Luckily, I didn't get frozen there. So we're just going to kill a whole bunch of stuff here. But we can still keep biotic enhancements. I was just doing that to extend Banner of War. And then we just go in with our glaive again, and just like that, we're done. So like an 18-minute clear, and that was it. So yeah, I hope it was helpful and informative. Like I said, no stasis surge, no strand surge. So imagine if we did have that.
Oh, fuck, man.
I still don't have the God Roll Bittersweet, so I was sad. I've got 2 bait and switch ones today, but both without Envious Arsenal. So anyways, like I said, that is it for the build and the run. If you found it helpful, then a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.